is going on, guys? Espresso Sheko here, and I am hitting the Series 10 VGC ladder with a Rayquaza team. Rayquaza? It's a green dragon, just like Zygarde. So, this almost ended up as a Zamazenta video because I realized after I was filming and editing the Zygarde video, I did not count Zacian or Zamazenta in the restricted legendaries that I had left over, or the ones that I plan on doing in October. So this almost ended up as Zamazenta, but I kind of have to borrow one of those. So in the meanwhile, here we are, Rayquaza. We have a physical attacking set with Dragon Ascent, Crunch, Extreme Speed, and Protect. We got a Yachi Berry in case a stray Ice Beam comes our way. The idea here is if I have Tailwind, I can hit Calyrex Shadow with a Crunch. I can hit things hard with Dragon Ascent because it's basically flying close combat, and not a lot of things like taking a Dragon Ascent. One of the few things that does like taking it is Zacian, which is why we have Entei right next to Rayquaza. Sacred Fire is going to hurt. If we bring it down low, we can potentially pick it off with an Extreme Speed. We got Whimsicott for Taunt and Tailwind support. We got Hitmontop for Wide Guard support and Fake Out support. Close combat also hurts Incineroar quite nicely, which I like to see. We got Tapu Fini to scare off some Urshifu. We have Scald on this Fini. This is a different one from the Zygarde video. No Ice Beam this time, but Scald will certainly do a number on Landorus. And it can potentially burn Landorus because Landorus is not grounded, so Misty Terrain doesn't help it. And finally, we have Cradily. When I was putting this team together, I was originally going to put Celesteela on there, realized this team probably might not have a great matchup against Kyogre. Almost put Dracozold on there, then realized, that's another ice weakness, don't want to deal with that. And sure, Cradyly's another ice weakness, but it's going to be a very niche role on this team. I'm going to try to use it against Kyogre teams. I have Storm Drain, I have Giga Drain, I have a Power Herb and Meteor Beam combo. Let's see what Cradily can do, hopefully. So, let's begin the campaign to entertain and look for some battles, shall we? Okay. Rayquaza team is locked. Let's see what we can get for some opponents. See if we can climb up the Ultra Ball tier ladder. See if we can get into Master Ball. Highly unlikely because I do not know what I'm doing with Rayquaza. Great attack stat, great special attack stat, mediocre speed, but that's to be expected. A lot of the older legendaries are hovering between that 90 and 95 tier. So Tailwind is definitely going to be a thing that I'm going to need for Rayquaza. The nice thing is I'm faster than Groudon and Kyogre. I'm certainly faster than Ice Rider Calyrex, but I do not want Rayquaza to be staring down an Ice Rider Calyrex. What do we got? Lugia. Alright, I can deal with Lugia. They have Lugia, Regieleki, Amoonguss, Swampert, which that's going to bite me because I don't have Grass Move on that Whimsicott. Urshifu and Tornadus. Alright. So, Hitmontop might not be too bad. I like Hitmontop. I like maybe going Entei Hitmontop. Oh, you know what? I have Cradily. Cradyly's a little scared of that Urshifu, but Tapu Fini is not a bad partner necessarily to go with it. I think we can bring Rayquaza in the back. We will have to figure out a way to deal with Tornadus, though. Maybe what we'll do instead is go Whimsicott with either... I think I want Rayquaza in the back. I think I'll go Whimsicott Fini. Maybe Cradily and Rayquaza. I don't think Entei really gives me anything special that Rayquaza doesn't with the overlap on this team, so I think I'm fine. We'll see, though. We shall definitely see. I mean, Sacred Fire might have been nice to hit the Amoonguss with, but I got Dragon Ascent. If that thing's not a Koba Berry, that thing's going down to a Focus Sash or just going boom. So it's Lugia and Tornadus, okay. The nice thing here is I can taunt the Lugia, because I feel like they might have Calm Mind or something, and I think I can just go straight damage into the Tornadus. The last thing I want is for that Lugia to set up and start stalling, so I think taunt is definitely what we want to do here, and I think we're gonna go. I think we're just gonna go straight Moonblast right into Tornadus. Put a little pressure on my opponent there. Yeah, let's see. So we do get the taunt. Is there going to be a mental herb? Nope. Brutal Swing. That's a weakness policy set right there. That's not what I want to see. Okay. They're going to go straight Arrow Blast. Fini took that no problem, though. I'm happy about that. That said, I'm kind of glad to see Tornadus Lugia that way, because I was thinking about weakness policy Lugia myself, but I was thinking Shadow Sneak Shedinja. Okay. Now, Lugia was faster than Fini, and Whimsicott's Focus Sash did break. So I think we're going to taunt Tornadus. I think we're going to protect Tapu Fini. Yeah, I think that's... I was expecting Calm Mind or something there to get bulky, so it's not great for me. If they did go for Fini last time with the Aeroblast, so maybe what I can do here is at least... Please let Whimsicott. Nope. Okay. So I can at least keep Fini alive. I deny them Tailwind. There's going to be another Aeroblast, which not really the greatest thing that I want to see, but that Lugia hasn't set up or anything. Well, it has because of the weakness policy, but maybe what I can do is I can Meteor Beam with Cradily. With a special attack boost. They can't protect the Lugia because they are taunted. So maybe I can go Meteor Beam into Lugia. Yeah, I probably should do that. I'll try to go Moonblast. Maybe they go for Cradily. Maybe they're expecting Leech Seed or something. The fact that they're air slashing Fini makes me hope the Aeroblast is going into Cradily. Nope, it's Fini. Okay. That's cute. Well, let's see what a +1 Meteor Beam can do. Lugia does have really good special defense, though, so that's not optimal. That's for sure. Ooh, that did not do much. Lugia also shook off the taunt. That's not great. But we got Rayquaza. Which means Tornadus should have one more turn of taunt too. I think what I can do here is I'll have to double into the Lugia. Maybe what I'll do is I'll go Extreme Speed into it. And then that way I'm guaranteed to get some damage. +2 Lugia might not kill Rayquaza, but that's feeling pretty optimistic. Rayquaza's going to dodge the Air Slash. Who's the Aeroblast coming into now? Oh, it's Rayquaza. Yikes. That still wasn't enough to KO Lugia, but at least Cradily should be able to pick off... Cradily might not be able to pick off Torn, but we'll go Extreme Speed into Lugia. We'll pick that off for sure. There. That thing was actually more problematic than I was expecting. Tornadus is going to get their Tailwind, unfortunately, but I still have Extreme Speed, so my priority is still going to go faster than Torn. It's not bad. It's still 2-2. So, question is what's left? If Urshifu is there, that's really not good for Cradily. Stupid fruit fly. Swampert, okay, that's good. I can Giga Drain that. And Regieleki, alright. It's not the end of the world. I can go Giga Drain into Swampert. I think I'm going to protect with Rayquaza here. Because hopefully at +1 I can get rid of Swampert. If I protect Rayquaza, I can go for an Extreme Speed into Regieleki. Cradily doesn't care about the Electro Web, which is great. Ice Punch could be really bad at Cradily, but I'm hoping I'm bulky enough to live. Nice! Swampert's in for a bad time. +2. Bye-bye, Swampert. And now it's suddenly a much better situation. Who can say black cats aren't lucky? Yeah. It's just a stereotype. So, I think I'm going to go Giga Drain into Regieleki and Extreme Speed. Are they going to protect Regieleki? That's the question. Nope. Cradily going to go for the Thunderbolt to pick off Ray. That makes sense. Would have thought that Cradily is actually what's keeping me in this. Nice. Pick up a KO with Cradily. I'm very happy about that. Rayquaza did not bad. I mean, all I did was click Extreme Speed. Extreme Speed goes Burr, apparently. Dodging that Air Slash on Tornadus was really good. If they had connected with that, I think Lugia might have been able to get rid of me, but hey, there we go. Lugia video. I said it's one of the few things I have left to cover, and there we go. There's some ideas for down the road. Good game to my opponent. Let's see what we can get for a next match. Okay. Let's see what we can get for our next opponent. Ideally, it's not Zacian. That said, I do have Entei for Zacian, so I can power my way through that. It's a Zacian. Okay, I spoke too soon. Alright. Well, they have Rillaboom. They have Landorus. Landorus is going to be bad for Entei, but I do have an Assault Vest on my Entei. Incineroar is not going to be that big of a deal. They can't fake me out because I have Inner Focus on this Entei. Regieleki could be bad, but I think Hitmontop and Entei are not a bad combination. I could run maybe Tapu Fini. Although Whimsicott would be nice too. I think I'd definitely bring Ray in the back. I don't know if the Grassy Terrain is going to be that big of a deal. My team deals with grass types pretty well. I got two things that resist grass pretty well, and the third thing's a Whimsicott. It's kind of squishy. I mean, it is literally a ball of cotton, and cotton is not necessarily known for its iron resistance here. Cradily might not be bad, although I really do think Whimsicott might be good for Tailwind support. Yeah, I think we'll do that. I think we'll bring Whimsicott in the back. A late game Tailwind could be big here, especially with Zacian. Originally, I was thinking about putting Overheat on Rayquaza, which would have been great. Although the problem is unless the opponent is running like raw attack, raw speed, no investment, Overheat and a Life Orb could take out a Zacian. The problem is there's so many spreads that are like high HP investment plus special defense. So let's see. It's Regieleki and Incineroar versus Hitmontop and Entei. Now, I could attempt to go for a Fake Out into Regieleki at least, but I feel like Hitmontop takes a Fake Out. So maybe what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to protect. If they want to go Volt Switch into my Entei, be my guest. I'm going to hit you with a Sacred Fire. Okay, they're going to switch out Incin right into Landorus. Regieleci's going to protect, that's fine. So, nothing happens this turn, except for Landorus coming in. What do I have on Hitmontop for moves? No. I have Wide Guard and Close Combat. I don't have Triple Axle. Shame on me. That said, I'm going to Assault Vest Entei, so I can go Sacred Fire into Landorus there. I can bring in Whimsicott. I can go for my Tailwind. If I have to, I can Extreme Speed. Switching Rayquaza into the Entei slot might not have been bad, actually. Because they might have gone Earth Power into Entei. Volt Switch into Whimsicott, that's okay. I should still be able to live in Earth Power, though. I have an Assault Vest. Entei's got some pretty decent bulk, at least. We'll find out, though. Psychic. Oh, into Whimsicott, okay. That sucks that I lose access to Tailwind, but at least I can do that. And we pick up a burn, that's nice. That's very nice, actually. Now, I think what I want is I want Hitmontop to intimidate Incineroar here. I don't have any attack drops. If they want to hit Hitmontop, by all means, they can do that. But I'm going to Extreme Speed into Lando, and I'm going to go straight Close Combat into Incineroar. No attack drop, which is great. Base 120 physical stab. Should be good. Should be a good time for Hitmontop. That said, they're probably going to fake out my Hitmontop, though. Unless they're expecting... Okay, so I'm going to lose the jump on Landorus here, but we get rid of... Or, I got to keep the jump on Landorus. I get to lose the jump on Incineroar. But that's fine. It's 1-1. That's not terrible. I think what I can do here is I could maybe go for a Sacred Fire into the Alecki slot, or I can go for it into the Incineroar slot, because maybe they want to switch in Zacian. But the other thing I can do is I could also go for a Wide Guard with Hitmontop too. Because while I think a Volt Switch might come my way, I think an Electro Web could come too. And I'd rather not take a speed drop into Entei. It's already slower than Zacian. I don't want it to be slower than Incineroar as well. No, it's just going to go Raw Thunderbolt into Entei. Hey, that's a lot. That was crit, that's why. Okay. So, we just one-shot the Regieleki, which is nice. Hitmontop taking the attack drop there is not ideal. But what I could do is I can sub Hitmontop into Rayquaza, get the Intimidate drop into Zacian here. If they want to go for Substitute, they can go for Substitute. I can Extreme Speed the Incineroar. Yeah, I think that's... I want Hitmontop to deal with Incineroar here for me. I don't like all the attack drops into my Hitmontop either. Plus, I get to keep my Fake Out. So, what do I want to do with Entei? Do I want to attempt a Sacred Fire? Because for all I know, Zacian goes for Hitmontop instead. Entei is going to be faster than Incineroar. Words are hard. So if Zacian goes for Hitmontop, I feel like I'm sacking off Rayquaza, but no, they're going to go for Substitute. Okay, so Sacred Fire should be enough to break that. No problem. I feel like Incineroar picks off Zacian, though. So, let's see. There's the Throat Chop into my Entei. Yep. Alright. Maybe, just maybe, Fake Out into Zacian, Dragon Ascent into Incineroar, and hope for the best. Yeah, because then maybe depending on where... No, there's a fuzzy hanging from my chin. That's great. Because what I'm thinking is if I can fake out the Zacian here, or that works too. I should have faked out the Incineroar, but oh well. I mean, the fake out was kind of obvious on my play, but the Dragon Ascent into Incineroar, that should be big damage. Oh yeah. That's a lot of damage there. Of course, they're going to get their berry, but I should... Okay. If I go... The problem is they're faster than me, so if they want to sub, that's very intimidating. I'm going to protect with Rayquaza. I feel like it's a free target for Zacian here. Yep. Okay. That's good. That's good. We're gonna get rid of Incineroar. So now it's a question of who do they want to get rid of, Hitmontop or Rayquaza. Now, Dragon Ascent, while resisted, does have Stab. Close Combat's neutral, so I think they go for Hitmontop here, but at the same time, they'd also go Substitute, which would be really bad, especially since I'm lowering my defense. Okay. Is this Hitmontop? No, that's Rayquaza. Should have gone for the Extreme Speed. Yeah, that should have gone for Extreme Speed there, but anyways. How much is Close Combat going to do here? Nowhere near enough. Okay. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, there was no pulling this through. There's the Behemoth Blade. Even with the Extreme Speed, I wouldn't have done enough damage there. Good game to my opponent. That was well played. Unfortunately, they just got the better end of me there. Entei was my best bet at dealing with that Zacian. I let it go down. Losing my Tailwind super early the way I did was also not great. So yeah, that's something to make a note of when playing with this, is make sure, if you want to have a late game Tailwind, make sure your late game Tailwind can sub in no problem. Anyways, good game to my opponent. Okay, so Groudon team. Okay, it took a minute to see where it was on here. My opponent has Dragonite, Tapu Fini, Riolu, which I like that because that means there's coaching shenanigans. Raichu, Gengar, which you don't see Gengar too often, and Groudon. So, Cradily likes the Tapu Fini. Kind of likes the Dragonite a bit too, with Meteor Beam. Riolu could be good to see. They can't fake me out, which is nice because that means I can at least bring Entei as a possible lead here. Rayquaza wouldn't be too bad. I think we bring Cradily in the back. The nice thing is it's at least neutral to Precipice Blades. Now the question is do I want Hitmontop, Whimsicott, or Fini? Hitmontop has no way of hitting Gengar. It does have Fake Out, which is nice. Whimsicott has late game Tailwind, which could be handy. Although I do have the extreme speed. Intimidate's very nice for that Groudon. But, yeah, I think we're gonna bring Whimsicott. I have Taunt. Taunt might be big here, especially with that Riolu. Gotta try to taunt that Riolu there. That said, they're probably gonna lead Riolu Groudon or Riolu Dragonite, which could be bad. And that thing's probably Focus Sashed. Raichu and Gengar. Okay, that's it's not bad. Nuzzle into Rayquaza could be very disgusting. It can also be very disgusting into my Entei. But I'm gonna protect Rayquaza here because I'm assuming Fake Out or Nuzzle. I'm gonna go for the Snarl, hit Gengar, hit Raichu, hopefully, because Snarl can miss, and that's the one thing you don't want to see. Okay, so their Sludge Ball is gonna hit. That was a good amount of damage off of Gengar there. Ready. So. Who do I got in the back? We got Cradily and we got Entei and Whimsicott. Okay. Right. I think we're going to try to Sacred Fire Raichu, and I think we're going to get Rayquaza out of there and bring in Cradle. Yeah, I think we're going to bring in Cradily now. Whimsicott's scared of that Gengar. I don't want Nuzzle hitting my Rayquaza. Which, to be fair, I'm slow enough anyways. A Paralysis could be very bad, but it's so much damage. They also poisoned me, which is not good. But at least we get rid of Raichu. We don't have to worry about them spreading Paralysis for a team. I do have to worry about that Gengar being faster than things, but I got Rayquaza at least. Yeah, I got Rayquaza. There's the Dragonite. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Extreme Speed Dragonite, and I'm going to Meteor Beam right into it. We'll break Multiscale if it is Multiscale. And then this way, Cradily should be able to do a lot. The fact that Gengar is still doing so much damage too, despite taking a Snarl drop, makes me wonder if this is potentially spexed. There's Life Orb. I get my Meteor Beam. So long as this hits, I'm in a very good position. Yeah, if I hit, I'm in a very good position here. There we go. Okay. Nice. So, I have Crunch on Rayquaza. Ideally, they go for Cradily here and knock it out. Because then what I could do is... I have Groudon too. Okay. So, I can go Giga Drain into Groudon. I can attempt a Crunch into Gengar. Yeah. I think I'm going to attempt a Crunch. I'm going to try to Giga Drain. Because I feel like if you're this Groudon, you go for a Precipice Blades to try to get Cradily, but at the same time. I do have the +1 special attack if they go for a Precipice Blades and miss. That's big. That should be it for Gengar. So, this might be fine. Fire Blast. Okay, my opponent's not playing around. They have Fire Blast Groudon. But I do know I'm faster than Groudon. I have my Dragon Ascent. I think it's time for Rayquaza to actually pull it out. Yep, I think it's time for Rayquaza to pull this out. Pull out the Dragon Ascent. Let's see. Let's see where this goes. The animation for this is just amazing too. Groudon, Rayquaza, and Kyogre, they all got amazing animations for Dragon Ascent, Precipice Blades, and Origin Pulse. I'm really happy with them in Gen 8. I wonder too, like, if we ever see the return of the Primals or the Megas, if the animations are going to stay the same or if they're going to get more intense. They're probably going to stay the same, but it would be kind of cool to see. Anyways, random question of the day then. Is that something you would want to see? If Megas and Primals come back, certain signature moves get their animations updated to go with those forms. Anyways, good game to my opponent. I'm very happy with that. Okay, new opponent has been found. Let's see what they've got. Glastrier. Ooh, I see a Dusknoir. Urshifu, Zacian, Lycanroc, and Grimmsnarl. This looks pretty spicy, actually. We got Glastrier, Dusknoir, Lycanroc. I mean, normally you see Calyrex on top of that Glastrier, but hey, I'm cool with that. Okay, so the dark coverage on my team might actually be pretty good. That looks like the Dusk form for Lycanroc. So a little bit in between the midday and the midnight form. My opponent's team looks very physical, so I think leading Hitmontop is not a bad idea. I think Cradily might be good in the back for that Glastrier. Though it is weak to ice. So is Rayquaza. Let's see. I think I could lead, because I don't see, aside from Grimmsnarl, I don't see any Fake Out. So I think we can go Rayquaza, Entei, and Fini. Fini looks pretty good matchup-wise against my opponent's team here. Honestly, I don't know what Rayquaza does, but it's the Rayquaza video. I gotta bring it. Sometimes you gotta make the smart play, and then sometimes you gotta make the YouTube play. Yeah. That's where I'm gonna leave that one. So, what do we got? We got Grimmsnarl and Dusknoir. Okay. Rayquaza does have the Crunch, which is nice. And I do like the Intimidate drop into both of these. So maybe what I could do is I could Fake Out Grimmsnarl and Crunch the Dusknoir? Do they go Tripper, maybe? I feel like they go... they might go Poltergeist. Yeah, I feel like that's a thing. We'll Fake Out Grimmsnarl, and we'll go Crunch into Dusknoir. That's good. We get the Fake Out before Grimmsnarl does anything. Let's see how much this Crunch does to Dusknoir. About 50. That's not bad. Okay, Trip Room. That's good to know. Rayquaza doesn't like that, but I think we can get around that and bring in Fini. I have Entei in the back, so Rayquaza doesn't really need to fight this battle too much. Cat hair everywhere. Anyways, I have Entei. I can Snarl. I can Crunch. That Dusknoir is not going to be too bad. Now that they've got their Trick Room, I can at least hit it later. We'll wait for the speed to wear off, though, ideally, before Rayquaza comes back Are they gonna go screens with Grimmsnarl, or are they gonna try to Spirit Break my Hitmontop? Oh, Spirit Break and a Fini would be bad. Nope, they're just gonna Reflect. Okay. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. I don't want to deal with that Pain Split, though. Alright. I think I want to double into Grim to see if I can get rid of it. Because what I could do is I could go close combat into Grim, Moonblast, because they got both screens. If I can get rid of Grim, all the better. This Dusknoir basically looks like a Dusclops without the Eviolite. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's putting in work, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like you'd get way more bulk out of Dusclops. Okay, so Grimmsnarl is still alive. I think we should fix that and remove it from the field. They got the screens. Whatever the fourth move is, that's something to be concerned about. Let's see. We're already at 2 turns out of 5 on Trick Room, which is nice. You know, I think preserving my Intimidate, though, might be better. I think I'll protect Hitmontop here. I think I'll go for the Moonblast. Getting rid of Grimmsnarl would be very big, because they still potentially have the Zacian, so having my Intimidate would be nice. They could potentially have the Glastrier, which would be nice to also Intimidate. Having Entei being able to potentially burn both of those things would be nice. We're on our last turn of Trick Room now, so I think Hitmontop can come out. Rayquaza did half, roughly, with that Crunch. So maybe I'll try to Focus Fire into Dusknoir and try to get rid of it. Because they do have the Reflective that I still got to be weary of. But bringing in Glastrier makes me weary of sending Rayquaza into it. Yeah, we're going to bring Entei instead. And I'm going to Protect. I don't think these two together get rid of Entei, especially if they're expecting, or if they're not expecting Entei to come in. I think Sacred Fire, Moonblast is very good to get rid of Dusknoir with. Yeah, there's Icicle Crash into the Hitmontop slot. Entei should be fine there. Yeah, that only did 50 damage. That's a Nightshade. I'm good. Let's see. Nightshade, Pain Split, Trick Room. They've probably got some kind of a damaging move. That said, I don't want to stick around to see it, so we're going to crunch them, and we're going to Moonblast. And hopefully that's it. Glastrier protects, makes sense. Ideally, between the two of them here, I should be able to pick up... no, I'm definitely not picking that up. Okay. And then they can Pain Split me next turn, which is not great. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, the mist has disappeared. That's what I want to see. So they have 3 more turns of Reflect, which means they're going to have 3 more turns of Light Screen once this turn ends. I think we're going to Sacred Fire and attempt the burn. And I think we're going to Scald and attempt the burn as well. Icicle Crash, this isn't going to be super effective into either of them. It does put me in a bad spot, Pain Split wise. Do I get the burn? Do I get the burn? No. Do I get it now? Hopefully. Yeah! There we go. There's the weakness policy, which kind of figured there was going to be one, but anyways. They're at +2, but they're burned. I think Hitmontop might be good to bring it down, because I'd rather not mess around with Entei and lose it, and then have to deal with Zacian. Because I'm dealing with either Zacian, or dealing with Zacian either with Entei or Hitmontop. I would rather have my Entei, ideally after an Intimidate drop. Sacrificing Rayquaza might be what's needed though. I gotta get that Dust Noir off the field because that actually is starting to get annoying. The Pain Split's already bad, but I think Hitmontop should be able to pick up Glastrier from the range it's at. I can also Fake Out. I'm gonna take the high horsepower, no problem. Okay. Oh, that Nightshade's bad too. Yeah, my Nightshade's bad. But I don't think they're going to expect to see Rayquaza come in here. This is the last turn of Reflect. They got 2 turns of Trick Room. Okay. I'm going to protect Hitmontop. And I think what I'm going to do, because Dusknoir isn't getting that much damage into Fini, I think I'm going to Calm Mind. And then that way I can at least do a little bit of damage. They're going to protect with Glastrier, which, good. I'd rather see that. The really cheeky thing to do would be, is to wait for Trick Room to end and then hit that thing, but if I can preserve Intimidate and Fake Out for 1 turn, that's great. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. It's a little bit more of a stally match, which I don't like that playstyle, but it is what it is. I'm going to bring Rayquaza back now. I'm going to try to protect myself. If they go Icicle Crash into Hitmontop and hit, that's it for Rayquaza. If they don't, that's it for Dusknoir. Yeah. Because I'm going for that crunch. I'm going for that crunch, and I think I can go for close combat. Okay, that's great. Rayquaza gets to come in for free. Asterisks. It comes in somewhat. I got the Yachi Berry, which might help with a burned Glastrier. I don't think so at the end of the day, but Trick Room's gone, Light Screen's gone, Reflect's gone. We're gonna crunch, and we are going to Moonblast into Dusknoir. If they have Protect, now is the perfect time to reveal it. On Dusknoir, not Glastrier. So let's see. We get to pick up Dusknoir finally. That thing is gone. I now have some passive recovery coming in with Fini. I have 1 Calm Mind boost. That Glastrier is burned. Between the 4 of them, because I haven't lost anything yet, between the 4 of them, I should be able to deal with Zacian. We're going to find out, though, the hard way, because here it is. I think we're going to Extreme Speed Glastrier to get past Zacian's stupid high speed stat, and I think we're going to Scald into the Zacian slot. Get rid of Glastrier, turn it into a 1v4, and hopefully this thing can't do much to me. If it's got Sword Stance, that's really bad, though. Play Rough, okay, that's actually the first time I've run into a Play Rough Zacian in a long time. Props to that. Do I pick up the burn with Fini here? Nice. Alright, Fini. Okay. We got Zacian burned. And we're going to punish it even further. We're going to bring in Hitmontop. If they have Protect, they better reveal it now. Because I'm going to go Fake Out Calm Mind. Get a little bit of extra HP in the Fini with the leftovers. And we'll see where we go from here. Yeah, that's what I want to see. We land the Fake Out. That's nice. Zacian is going to flinch. We're going to get our Calm Mind. I have Entei in the back. Which I could even just bring in Entei now. Preserve Fake Out and Intimidate. And let Fini go for Scalds. Scald on Fini is very weird tech, I think. But I think if you can keep Fini around long enough to outlast its own Misty Terrain, and if you can get set up, you can definitely make a justifiable case for Scald. We'll switch out Hitmontop. In theory, Zacian shouldn't be able to do anything to me at neutral and burned. They're going to miss the play rough too, so now I feel bad for my opponent at this point, because they missed the attack, and Fini's just going to pick them off. So, the RNG was definitely in my favor. Glastrier, there was no way of getting around that. If they had managed to avoid getting the Scald burn and the Sacred Fire, where Scald is 30%, Sacred Fire is 50%, that's probably the luckiest Glastrier alive. The fact that I got the Scald burn on Zacian was very big. That definitely swung it in my favor, especially getting the Intimidate drop and having Entei there. I mean, Sacred Fire probably would have picked it off easily enough if Entei could live an attack. And they went for Tapu Fini, I'm pretty sure, with that last play rough. So Entei should have been able to pick that off and clean up. So anyways, good game to my opponent. I just disconnected myself, but that's okay because it's already said and done. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching today's Rayquaza video. Take it to the extreme! Because heaven forbid, I kept hitting extreme speed on this thing almost every time it had a move. But hey, we got to see Dragon Ascent in action, we got to see Crunch. Crunch actually wasn't a complete write-off. Who'd have thunk it? We had some pretty interesting matches, that's to say the least. That very first one with the Weakness Policy Lugia, that was certainly a cool strategy that my opponent had brought. So, where are we going from here? Well, this is the third restricted mon of September. So, originally I was thinking of cycling back to Ho-Oh and then Rayquaza and Zygarde, cycling through those three, but I also realized I have yet to do either Zacian or Zamazenta, and yeah, I would like to actually try building around those two as well, because after all, October, I'm planning on doing Ghost types. So, Lunala, Necrozma fused to Lunala maybe, Giratina Origin, or Altered, which one is the... I think it's Origin. Whatever one I didn't do in Series 8, I'm pretty sure the one I did was Altered. So, Giratina Origin and Calyrex Shadow. I'm planning on doing the Ghost types for the month of October, leading into Halloween, so surprise! Anyways, let me know what you want of this Rayquaza team, and let me know if you want to see it again. Let me know if you want to see Zygarde and Ho-Oh. I'm going to try to maybe balance it out. Maybe I'll do Zamazenta or Zacian next, and then I'll cycle through with the other three that I did in September, and maybe I'll try to do the other Sword and Shield mascot in October as well, as the Ghosts. But let me know what you think, and if not, I'll make an executive decision on that. I hope you were entertained today on the campaign, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.